I have a gift for you, says Oryx. Savathun, Witch Queen, looks at him with dry weariness. Is it the sword logic? I need to go into the deep and take your power for myself. Their echoes move among the war moons, walking together, on the hull of a 2,000-year-old warship. Savathun's fleet has assembled here, in preparation for an assault on the gift mast. The deep is headed that way, on the trail of its prey, and the hive will be its vanguard. It's a Vex I captured. Quria blade transformed. It made an attempt to puncture my throne. I thought you might enjoy studying it. Oryx pauses, digesting. Through the bond of lineage, he can feel Crota killing, worlds and worlds away, and it tastes like sweet fat. Quria contains a Vex attempt to simulate me. It might generate others. You, perhaps? Or Ziva Arath? I've left it some will of its own, so it can surprise you. I suppose it'll blow up and kill me, Savathun growls. Or let the machines into my throne world, where they'll start turning everything into clocks and glass. If it kills you, you deserve to die, Oryx said with a quiet thrill, a happy thrill, because it is good to say the truth. What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages, Joker back again, once again. So, in my last video, I realized I never really gave a motivation for Quorra's actions. Why would Quorra take the Leviathan? Why would Quorra then go to Earth? Why would Quorra put itself at risk? Why would Quorra do any of it? It's kind of stupid, isn't it? If Quria is such an important asset, then why risk its own destruction? As long as Quria lives, so too does Dual Ankara, and Dual Ankara can keep trying to reach the distributary. But if Quorra is killed, that means Dual Ankara can be killed, so Savathun will eventually die. It's only a matter of time. This is math. Savathun could kill everything in all of existence, and she would still die. Because she's ruled by entropy, or an entropy-like force.
Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Savathun's worm is a ticking time bomb, and that worm will eventually kill her. It doesn't matter. If there's nothing left to kill, then there's nothing left to feed the worm, then the worm will consume the host. So Savathun will eventually die. It may take eons, but she will die. This is why Savathun wants to turn the distributary, the Awoken Home World, into a perpetual murder battery. Because Savathun understands that she's in a no-win scenario. But back to Quorra and Quorra's motivations. So, you're Quorra. You're this enslaved Vex. And before you see this gambit. You can take the Leviathan, go to Earth, and start consuming it. Now, I've seen people balk at this theory, but not for the right reasons. Basically, the dissent comes down to trying to compare Earth to Nessus. Saying, well, it takes the Leviathan forever to eat a planet, it's taken the Leviathan 2 years to even make a dent in Nessus, so what's it going to do to Earth? Technically speaking, its very presence in the orbit of Earth will do something to Earth. Let alone it trying to suck chunks of the Earth out of the Earth. You don't actually have to destroy all of Earth to destroy Earth. Just destroy or damage the atmosphere enough or pull enough of Earth away from Earth, and humanity is categorically fucked. But hey, fucking details. So, Quorra, under the pretense of destroying Earth because Light and Guardians pose the biggest threat to Savathun's plans, takes the Leviathan and goes to Earth to destroy it. But why and why Quorra? This isn't something Quorra needs to do. This is something Quorra could do by proxy. After all, in the quote that I started this video off with, it implies that Quorra still has control over the Vex as a Vex mind. Quria contains a Vex attempt to simulate me. It might generate others. You, perhaps? Or Ziva Arath? I've left it some will of its own, so it can surprise you. I suppose it'll blow up and kill me, Savathun growls. Or let the machines into my throne world, where they'll start turning everything into clocks and glass. If it kills you, you deserve to die, Oryx said with a quiet thrill, a happy thrill, because it is good to say the truth. So the implication here is that Quria may still have control over the Vex. This is actually kind of advantageous to everybody involved, because if Quria still has control over the Vex, that means the Vex can study the Taken in the Hive. It's something that they would do. This also provides Savathun with an army that's not the Hive. It's advantageous to Oryx and Quria because this army could eventually maybe be turned against Savathun. and Savathun gains knowledge of Vex, Vex technology, and Vex time travel. So, like I said, this arrangement is a win-win for pretty much everybody involved. But why would Quria want to take the Leviathan? Why would Quria put itself in danger? Because Quria wants to undermine Savathun. And what better way to do that than dying? Quria has set itself up to be in a win-win scenario. If Quria goes to Earth and takes Earth, destroys Guardians, destroys the Light, destroys the Traveler, then Quria has won. If Quria is killed while trying to do this, then, well, Quria wins because Quria has undermined Savathun. Savathun will eventually succumb to death, because now she no longer has the means by which to keep the Dreaming City as a perpetual murder battery, nor does she have the means by which to turn the Distributary into a perpetual murder battery. I've seen a lot of people saying that Quria needs to be there to take part in the demise of Savathun, because why set up that Quria has free will if it's not going to be there to take down Savathun directly? I think this is thinking too small, because if Quria goes to Earth, if Quria puts itself in a position to die, well, isn't that using what little free will it has to kind of say fuck you to Savathun? Because like I said, without Quria, there's no perpetual murder battery. Savathun loses. Savathun will ultimately die. It doesn't matter if we kill her or if time kills her. She will die. And on top of that, Quria will have beaten Savathun at her own game. By Quria putting itself into a position to either succeed by killing everyone on Earth or fail by dying and thus succeeding anyways in its own plans, then Quria has basically out-tricked the trickster. And for me personally, I think that's a brilliant death for Quria. I don't think that's a waste of character or potential. I think like with Crota, this would spurn Savathun into action. Savathun's plans up until now haven't really been against Guardians or the Light. She seems to almost be ignoring it, or treating the people that killed Oryx as almost a second thought, because she really wants to secure this murder battery. And once she does secure this murder battery, she's kinda set. She doesn't really need to worry about anything else. And yet, it's this blatant disregard for the threat that Guardians obviously pose, or maybe it's a cognizant understanding of this threat that Guardians pose, where she doesn't want to interact with Guardians, where she's like, they killed Oryx, they could easily kill me, so maybe if I just do this thing off to the side and don't mess with them, they'll leave me be. But with Quria putting itself into a position to die, using that last bit of free will to basically, like I said, to tell Savathun to go fuck herself, Quria is basically setting up a series of events that will not only lead to its death and the failing of Savathun's plan, but Savathun coming into conflict with the Guardians, which will ultimately lead to her death. So when I see people saying that using Quria as a raid boss is a waste of a character, I find that fucking hilarious. It's like, are you kidding me? The sheer defiance of Savathun by placing itself in a situation where it will die is amazing just to spite Savathun. It's going to kill itself. It's going to get itself killed just to spite Savathun. That, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages, is Quoria's last laugh. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. And like always, stay frosty. Also, here's like a minute or two of gameplay because, honestly, we're at 10 minutes. Let's just do it.
The summoning ritual. Hang in there. We're on our way.
No! Turn back! That'd be a great plan, if there were any powered crystals in here. I take it back. Together, we're gonna end this.
You have another plan?
Nope. Same plan. Give Sloan my regards.
She sacrificed herself. You did not die in vain. chance. Well, we did it. Wish we'd had time to think of another way, but we did it.